All right. And we made it. Yes. Challenges happens, but we are here. Thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul with Sistah B. Mellow brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask for you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. The first part of the corner which could be the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, the Artist Talk. We showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative process and lived experience. The other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of to brilliant minds today, along with the geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. The other part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which is inspirational messages. Also, we highlight golden lights affirmations to impart healing medicine and the soul of the brilliant minds on today. Every second Saturday of the month could be, which is not could be, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson, the founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having healthy mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month is Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, which is community-based, health educational advocacy-based, and a resource-based organization that uses public media resources, radio, newspapers, and church-based community health fairs to provide information and education. We believe vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, and that is hosted by myself, Sistah B. Mellow. It could be Mr. Rosenity, and it's the Doc, the Voice, and the Prince of Hearts, and Mr. Kells could be hosting that show. But every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. That's where we highlight reentry and mental wellness. Again, today you have tapped in to the Artist Talk, the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. Host, Mr. Brandon Rose, aka Rosenity, and Sistah B. Mellow. Woo! That's a mouthful. Nephew, take it away.
Yes. Such a blessing to be here today. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Yay! The first show in the new year. Okay.
Yes, and we have such a brilliant human being in this space.
Yes.
A musical genius, a performer, recording artist, a storyteller,
Woo-hoo!
A reflection of Black magic.
All right.
A reflection of our ancestral greatness, and lastly, a phenomenal human being with the gift to share the sounds of heaven through instruments. Very honored and privileged to welcome Destiny Muhammad to We Believe Radio. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
And I guess we can start off. Just wanted to. I had the opportunity to chat with you the past month or so, getting to know you a little bit more. Thank you for sending over your bio. And I know that you had a recent show.
Yeah.
But let's start from the beginning. Let's begin with your origins. Where are you from? Where were you born and raised? Where is home for you? What was your upbringing like?
Well, my upbringing, I am the firstborn of a beautiful creative. My mom was a hairstylist and my father is the Navy man. We call him Squid. It was Squid Kids.
All right, Squid Kids.
Squid Kids.
Okay.
And so but we traveled a lot. So my middle sister, who just had a birthday, she's been an ancestor for some time, was born here in January. We were both born in San Jose, and then my father got orders back east.
Oh.
So we had been traveling at least for the first 9 years of my life. We were traveling. We were from here to the East Coast, then back to, from when we came back from the East Coast, we moved to Compton, where a lot of our family is. Then we jumped across the water and I lived in Okinawa. And I lived over there until I was about maybe 9 years old. Then we came back to the United States. We came to Compton in the 70s, which was a whole different experience then. And so that's my origins. My parents divorced on the airplane coming back to the United States. We're done. Mom said, I'm out. And Dad said, I'm leaving too. And so we moved back to the United States, moved to Compton in 1970, and went from having a beautiful home in Okinawa, learning this incredible culture in Okinawa, to learning the culture in Compton. And we didn't have any money. My mother had to learn how to get on welfare, which was a whole different experience then. It was food stamps. It's sexy now with the EBT card, which is still a different experience.
Those had them stamps,
baby.
You go in there with the stamps.
Honey,
I remember that.
You go into the store with the stamps. Everybody was smiling until you whipped out your book.
Yeah.
So we moved back, and we moved to go live with my auntie. My mom was one of 12 children.
Wow.
And so we went to go live with one of her sisters who had a house on a little street called Arbutus Street. Any of y'all from Compton? It's a little street in
Compton.
Right. Called Arbutus Street. And the mothers are together trying to determine how we're going to live, what we're going to do.
Come on now.
So at that time, the children were sent, so you're not supposed to be sitting in front of the adults listening on grown folks.
Come on. That's how I was raised.
Come on, honey. So
That's
they
how
sent
I
us
was
to
raised.
the den, and I see an episode of a show called I Love Lucy.
Oh, yeah.
And here is a man named Harpo Marx, who was one of several brothers. They were called the Marx brothers. And he's playing the harp. That's my first time ever seeing a harp, even knowing what it was. I ran out of the den and told my mom, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And my mother,
no, that's right.
She said, shut up, because I'm trying to figure out how to put food on the table.
Wait, before you go there, give highlights and their names. Say the names of the father, the mother, the sister, the brother, the cousin, whomever. They'd be like, I know you went on the radio.
Yes.
And ain't saying nothing about us now.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you go there.
Marva,
and grandma, everybody.
Marva, Vianne, Colette.
Hey.
Butler Lewis. That's my mama. All my mama's names.
Okay.
My dad is Charles Raymond Lewis Sr. Lewis. My Aunt Jo Butler, because her and my mother were butlers, and then my sisters Jackie and Leslie Lewis.
Wow.
Yeah, my baby sisters. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, because I'm like, they'd be like, wait a minute, I know you ain't coming on no show, ain't uplift us now. We got to get some kudos.
Absolutely. My mother's been an ancestor for almost 3 decades, but there are times when I'm on stage where I can feel her.
Yes.
And I love that. She got a chance to see me play because I didn't get the harp until much later, till I turned 30.
Okay.
And I could buy my own harp. And so when my mother came to see me play, she said, when did you? I said, Mommy, you don't remember I wanted to play the harp? And she said, no, I don't remember. I said, well, Mommy, because now, even in my 30s and even now, it's still Mommy. And
it's Mommy for me too. My mother, I call her Mama.
Yes.
It's either Mama or Mommy.
Yeah.
And my kids still, they call, and I'm so grateful that you said that, because my kids call me Mommy. Even my son is 35 and my daughter, 34, and my daughter is 33, and they both still call me Mommy. And it's just something like endearing. It's for me, it's like,
absolutely.
I'll take that.
Sometimes if we feeling kind of like we're feeling comfortable,
there we go.
Mom, what's going on? But then when you need something, it's
Mommy.
Oh, for real. But I know you got 10,000 questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your background too. And I was actually gonna ask you, when did you know that playing the harp was gonna be like a major part of your identity? But before we actually went live, you and I spoke a little bit about just the intersectionality of like religion, right? And the faith that we embody.
Yes.
But hearing you right now, you've been blessed to absorb a lot of cultures from like different locations, right?
Yes.
And today's theme is sounds of healing, right? So making that connection between the cultures that you were able to be a part of,
Yes.
in addition to being an artist,
Yes.
how did that identity and absorbing all those cultures influence your artistry and who you are as a musician?
Oh man, that's such a big question, and it's a lot to bite off. But what I will say is that hearing those sounds. Like I was sharing with you, I lived in Okinawa, and hearing the sounds of the instruments there and folks singing in their traditional Ryukin, hearing that voice, and every voice, the language spoken still has its own rhythm. And feeling the rhythm of those sounds and how to intersect those with an instrument, whether it's harp. Later on, years later, after I had got my first harp, and I was in Bali for a brief period of time. I was supposed to be there longer, but God has a different plan.
Yes, He does.
Has a different plan. But I had a chance to be in the presence of gamelan. If you're familiar with the gamelan instruments, they are almost like singing bowls, if I can use this, and please forgive me, anyone who is a gamelan master. They're like singing bowls that the brass ones turned down and the bottoms are up, and they have this tonality that today folks would refer to it as the sound bath sound. It has a way of really just resonating with the body. And so the opportunity to play with that instrumentation, just allowing myself, not with any sheet music or any preconceived notion of what it should sound like, riding the wave of the tonality. This is the opportunity that happens when sonic, culturally, expressions get to intersect with one another. They become one sound. And not coming in with any preconceived notions or what it should be. What is it in the moment? What is the spirit known as God, Allah, Jehovah, and any other multitude of names saying in the moment through those sounds? Why would we step in the way of editing it when we're having the opportunity to communicate without words?
And the thing is called Sounds of Healing. And when you were just speaking and you were talking about the sound board, and I resonated with music is just a universal language, but music is healing. Music can take you to all different spaces in your life. It can take you back in time. It can bring you forward. And the magic, the medicine of music and sound is just so awesome. And when you were illustrating it and you were saying it, I was embodying what you were saying. And that's the power of what we're talking about today, the sound of healing. So there is, when we move through this universe, through this earth, through this being the person that you are, you want to move with a sound that's pleasant. You want to move with, that's power. To me, that's power. That's your power. When you're able to move and you bring healing to individuals, and that's, to me, that's the key. That's what I believe my purpose here on this earth is about, is to empower and to encourage and to motivate and inspire people to walk in their authentic self.
Yes.
So being able, many ways to doing that, but through music and sound is just absolutely, because sound saved my life. And we can, but music saved my life in many instances. So it's like, but go ahead. I had to share that.
Yes.
Like, whoa.
Yeah,
that's powerful. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Not only are you a musician, you're an educator, you're a teacher, you're a warrior. You're out and about in the community. You're sharing your gifts with the world, right? you're rich in culture, you're rich in exposure, you're rich in
Come on,
to being
nephew.
able to access many different cultures and identities, and how it shapes who you are today. Right?
Yes.
And then thinking about you being an educator, what is your style of teaching, and what do you hope to engrave in those who learn from you?
The opportunity, especially since I came to the instrument as an adult, and what I want folks to say is that it's not too late. To me, this is the opportunity, and what I really enjoy is the power of intergenerational teaching. I have had teachers who were old enough to be my children, and had to bow down to that wisdom.
Yeah.
And this is the one of the beautiful opportunities, and being able to share with that younger individual what I know from my life experience.
Yeah.
And so this is what I enjoy to teach from, is from my life experience. I got a myriad of books and things to teach, but I invite folks, one, be about it. Whatever it is that you say you're going to do, I'm here to share with you what I know based on my own experience.
That's it.
And this is the most important. So what I want folks to learn is to be your best self on this instrument. What you see is an ongoing evolution. My identity is continuing to be shaped. And I'm going to share this with you. Many years ago, because we're here in Jack London, for at least the first 3.5 to 5 years of my music life, I played at farmers markets. There wasn't any beat.
That's where I met
That's
you.
where you first met me.
Because we had our business right there
That's
in Jack
right.
London.
That's
We're
right.
in Jack London Square,
Yes.
but we were daughters of Wendy's Cheesecake
That's
Bakery
right.
in the village.
That's right.
In the village down there. And she was, we had the bakery.
You
So
had the
she
bakery.
would be playing out there by the water, and I was listening to her. And I did invite you to an event that we gave. I've been doing events for, I don't know how long, bringing community together. And right in front of our business, I invited you to come and play. You just made me think of that. That's crazy.
The farmers market.
My God.
And we can honestly say that's been almost 3 decades.
Yes.
I started out playing at the farmers market,
Oh my
and this is the thing. I had about 3, maybe 5 songs that I actually knew playing at the farmers market. I'm going to tell this story about the power, what I feel is the power of music, and just being one's best self.
Yeah.
It's because what I would teach a student, once I felt like they had at least 3 songs solid, is to bring them out to the farmers market, because that's what one of my teachers did for me. I came out here at this farmers market. I hadn't lived in the Bay very long. It was just before I met my wonderful husband, Chris Well. I came out and played at the farmers market, and I set up my big green umbrella and my card table,
My God.
tip jar, and I had a little piece of a amplifier called a Mighty Mouse. Out of Mighty
Old school. Let's
honey,
go.
they could plug in. And so as I'm setting up, a woman, I tell this story the same way. A woman walks up. This sister is covered in life. She is dirty from head to toe. She is dirty from head to toe. And she is looking at me with her eyes just amazed.
Yeah.
And so for the first hour, she's saying at the farmer's market, you play for 4 hours. You get a 15-minute break in between, but you play for 4 hours at the market. This woman watches me for that first hour. It's from 10 to 2. She watches me from 10 to 2, from 10 to 11, and then she walks away. And like I promise you, the markets at that time didn't pay anything. You played for tips and exposure.
Yes.
So I play for that first hour, get ready to take a break. She walks away. I think she's gone. At 2:00, I'm packing up. I hadn't made very many tips, but I had made some.
Yes.
And I was grateful. This woman comes back. I promise you, I tell this story.
I believe it.
Every time the same way. This woman comes back and she reaches down to both sides of her bosom and fills my jar with tips. She reached down and both her pockets.
Watch yourself.
More money. This woman, I said, ma'am.
Don't judge. Don't judge
Honey,
people.
that's honey.
Don't judge people.
I said, ma'am, you don't need that money. She said, no, baby, I went and got that money for you. This woman, she said, I went and I promise you. And
I believe it. I believe you. You ain't got to tell me twice.
And so
believe.
You asked me about what I wanted to teach people about music. There is the written.
And that's life. Teach people about life.
Teach people about life, because
That's
we don't
life.
know.
We don't know
who is being sent.
Yes.
What ancestors sent
Entertaining
her.
an angel and you unaware. That's what it say in the Bible now. You can be entertaining an angel
Could be.
unaware. You don't even know who they are.
Who they are. And I didn't know who this woman was, but this
My
woman
God.
was sent to be a part of my success. If I can teach anything, there are all the notes. There's great music. How about the kindness and humanity
Yes.
that can be expressed
Come
through the
on.
music?
Please say that again.
The kindness and the humanity. We got folks out here who got great technique.
Come on now.
The artistry is wonderful.
Come-
Nasty as hell.
Nasty. Nasty.
Mean.
And your spirit, we just talking about the spirit, being able to feel it. You can feel it's like, you know.
But their skill is magnificent.
Ooh, girl, speak over here.
But the portion of them that is the God self
Yes.
is slumbering.
Yes.
Because the
Speak
ego
on it.
has taken
Yes.
over.
Say that again, boy.
The God self is slumbering because the ego is taken over and just says, yes, I'm all that. Yes, you do.
Thank you.
And so
My
when
God,
I'm
my
teaching
God.
folks, let's bring out the humanity. You could have all the
Yes.
talent and the skill and all that. I want that. I want that for me.
Yes.
I'm still learning too, even after almost
Yes.
34, 35 years.
Long life learner. Mr.
Baby.
Pearson says that all the time.
And let's get that humanity
Yes.
turned up at that same level.
Come
Let's get
on.
that kindness.
That's it. And that's what we
turned up.
need in families and in the street and what's going on. It's a lot of stuff that's going on. And that's what's missing. That's the recipe. That's the missing medicine to me.
Yes.
It's just like, how do we come back? In Butu. I see the king and queen in you. And I said that last time, and the vice versa. I see something. I see you, the humanity, and I see you as the person. I see you as purpose here on this earth. And we are missing that in the world.
And those of us who do have it, we have the calling to make sure that
Come
we're
on now.
inspiring it. This is the thing about also having an adult come
Yes.
to the instrument and they're already feeling some kind of way because they've said some things that I don't even say to myself any longer.
Come on now.
I don't even say these things to myself any longer. I say, you can do this, but you're going to have to work. You can do this, but sometime your teacher is going to be younger than you.
The intergenerational. And there again, that's what we've been seeing all the time on this show, is that we must understand that intergenerational is the key.
Look,
we learn from each other.
Honey, years ago, when I was first started studying jazz, I was studying at Oaktown Jazz Workshop, which has since moved here to Jack London Square, but they were at the Malunga Cascalord Center. So I'm the oldest student again, but I'm surrounded by these child prodigies who are fierce. So I'm playing. It's me and her name is Marina. I can't remember what Marina's last name is, but she was about 13, 14 years old. Beautiful flower, beautiful. So we're both playing this piece of music that Khalil, ancestor, has put in front of us. So we're both playing it, and she's pointing out the chord progressions to me. And then I get a phone call on my flip phone. This is how far back it was. I had a phone call. I said, "Girl, I gotta take this phone call. This is some money." She said, "Put that phone down." Now she's 13.
13.
Put your phone down. I said, "Girl," she said, "We are studying. We're studying destiny. Put it down. I'll talk to you later." Click.
Yes.
This baby told me we are studying now. Get this message.
Yes.
Get this music. Learn this skill. You gonna make some money.
Yeah.
Just what she told me. You gonna make some money. But what you need to be doing is focusing, because you ain't reading nothing, Destiny, right now. You playing. Quit playing. And I had to bow to that wisdom. I get to bow to that wisdom, so if I can teach the student, humble yourself before your instrument, before the God of your understanding.
Come on.
Be kind to yourself and to other folks.
Yeah.
And the music is going to come. It's going to come because it's waiting. It's waiting.
And that's purposeful. And when you said that, that just led me into when you've been chosen with a purpose. Like you said, it's going to come, but be kind as you move through this world, as you move through this earth, because that's training.
Honey.
That's the teaching. So then when the actual medicine of your purpose really comes, then when you're moving with that
Yes,
humanity
that
and that
humanity.
grace and that love
Yes.
and all of
Yes.
that. And that's what makes the whole. And that's what makes the healing. Because that's the lady, going back to the
Oh my
lady,
gosh.
you blessed her soul so much, which she needed to hear that sound.
Yeah.
And God led her right to you. And that's what I'm saying. He leads people right to us. But are we ready for the lesson? Are we open?
Sometimes we're not ready.
And sometimes we're not ready. And that's back to what the young lady was saying. We're studying right now. Get all this other distraction in this world, put it down,
Put it down.
and study how to be a better human being.
Mhm.
Y'all go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Hush.
You know how we go.
Yeah, so I'm hearing just the importance of like intergenerational building.
Yes.
And being a student of life.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
And thank you for honoring just the brilliance of that young person.
Yes.
And receiving that in a good way.
Yes.
And allowing that lesson to kind of shape how you move forward from
Yes.
there. Right. So thinking about intergenerational wisdom.
Yes.
Right? In what ways have you turned inwards to find your strength, to tap into that intergenerational or that ancestral wisdom, right?
Ooh.
And
Come
to
on
share
now.
your gift with the world, right? What power
It's
did you have
rich.
to tap into to continue to be who you are today,
Oh, man.
so that and what are some of those motivations, those inspirations, that spiritual fuel that keeps you going?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
Yes, it's rich. We feel the ancestors up in here, you all.
Ooh.
Oh my God. And this the beauty about being in space. And when you're on purpose, in purpose, doing purpose, it's there. It's there for us. And we get to actually feel this. And that's what's feeding our soul for
Yes.
the next part of our journey and the
Yes.
things we're gonna be able to do.
Yes.
So go ahead, sis. Oh my God.
I'm blessed to be the daughter of a beautiful creative, my mother, who's mother Marva, and she would move us through straight ahead. I'm called this way, straight ahead Christian religion, and then she put us in the metaphysics, and she would expose us to metaphysics. She would expose us to Buddhism and Hinduism, Islam. She exposed us to those things by way of metaphysics and allowing us to recognize that there is a power in the universe for good that is expressed through many great teachers. The one that she was the most familiar with is Yeshua, Jesus. And she said his messages are applicable. And she would say that he would share with you that the kingdom of heaven is within. So she would tell us to go within. Ooh. My mother would tell us to go within and talk with the Spirit of God only the way that it can communicate. Now, my God sometimes is a little gangster.
Hey, mine too. You know, I be talking to him like, but he don't talk to me like I do.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
You
like a
know,
little gangster. That's why I love him. That's why I love him.
Sometimes I get a message, I say, you ain't gonna talk. You ain't gonna talk to me. But my mother would expose us to these teachings and make sure that we had books and textbooks that felt good to us. We never felt afraid of talking to an ascended ancestor. We never felt our grandmother had ascended maybe a couple of years after we had come back to the United States, and we never felt afraid to talk with the spirit of the grandmother. We didn't fear. We didn't have that at all. And so my mother was always exposing us to those things so we wouldn't be afraid. I hear a conversation that's been happening a lot where there's a conversation around what hoodoo is and what that is, and recognizing that I've seen practices of hoodoo happening in my churches. There's things that grandmother would do on the first of the year. You know, seeing bottles of what was this, Florida water.
I was born in Florida.
Right?
On the month.
And seeing that in the house and knowing that these things were sacred. My mother burning bayberry candles on New Year's Eve and allowing them to burn because that was a part of what she ushered in to us. These are things that I grew up with that I'm not afraid of. I can walk into an environment and know that I'm flanked. And the thing with it is that once I started to really to speak to my family lineage, that whole great grandma and say thank you to them. Thank you. I'm here because you
of
all,
y'all.
honey,
My
y'all paid the
God.
way y'all been waiting for me to show up.
And that's the key right there. When you were speaking about speaking to them, because they're gonna, and that's they tell me,
Honey,
look, you better get to getting, girl, and I understand that, and that's the beauty of, like you were saying, speaking and talking with them, because it's sacred.
it is
And when you sit there and you reminisce, you feel, you close your eyes, you feel the hug, you feel the love, you feel them like ushering you in. It's like life is more than what you think.
honey.
It's not the material things in this world. It's what we have on the inside and what we can usher other people into the coming their greatness.
Yes. And in order for us to do that,
Come on.
we have to stand 10 toes down in our own greatness.
This is what
because
I'm
we have to
about.
teach
Yes.
from fortification that's already within us.
Yes.
This is the
It's
opportunity
there.
where we're already standing in it. So when we speak,
Woohoo.
it's not just us. It's not just a
It's
Destiny
them.
Muhammad. It's all of those
All of
voices
them.
that are echoing
Woo.
in the chambers of our
Oh,
own heart.
yes.
So we start out in the morning. Maybe my ancestors, they said, get up. I said, it's 3. It's 3. Get up.
Get up.
Grit up. We got something for you. We want you to read from this particular textbook. We want you to listen to this particular person. We want you to hear that for maybe 21, 30 days. We need for you to write down. We got messages for you. Go sit down at that harp. My harp has a name. Her name is Paloma. Go sit down at Paloma. We got a sound we want you to bring forth.
Ooh.
Do it now.
That's rich. That's rich.
And so what I would say is that any of us, we can tap in. I know we live primarily, and I'm not gonna hold you, honey. We
this
live
is the part what we talking about.
Right. We live in a Western society that one is not trying to keep the intergenerational conversation.
Let's tell
the intergenerational wisdom going, and also saying, don't worry about what happened in the past.
We have to.
Don't look at those things, or you don't want to look at those things.
You do.
Only pay attention to what's happening now. But the wisdom of a grandmother.
Come on now.
I remember my husband telling me once, he said years ago when he was a shorty growing up in Washington State, he said he wasn't feeling good. So his mother called the grandmother. And so the grandmother said, put that baby on the phone.
Yeah.
And so he's talking. And she said, okay, baby, well, I love you. Put your mama back on the phone. So his mother's name is Naomi. Says, Naomi, what you going to do is you're going to get this baby XYZ.
Come on now.
And you're going to have him drink that 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And you're going to cover him up in them blankets. He'll be well tomorrow, but I need for you to do this. These were the grandmother. The mother is listening and they're hearing. They may not have the doctorate of 8 years, but they got ancestral wisdom that's talking about how to heal.
And that's they have a doctorate in life,
baby.
And that's what I tell people all the time. I may not have a doctorate like you, but I do got a doctorate over here in my life.
Yes.
Because I'm an expert in me. What's going on with me?
Now, going back to that, this is the opportunities when we talk about bringing folks to an instrument, harp, some other wonderful instrument. How is that person going to have a doctorate in themselves so they can be fully expressed on their instrument and on the way they could? Look, Harpo Marx wasn't classically trained. I think he had one teacher, and it was by accident. He said he walked past a department store that had a harp, and he realized he was playing the harp on the wrong side of the Lord. But he had been doing it for so long. But it's this. And this is not to negate education.
No, it's not.
The education is important.
Yes.
But in the same breath, the opportunity is not allowed. I remember one minister say, I don't ever let my message get in the way of spirit. I don't let what I wrote down get in the way of what the spirit wanted to say through me. And see, this is the thing, even with music, someone can give us a beautiful template of how to approach it.
Yes.
And then there's the opportunity to say, well, Lord, God of my understanding.
Yeah.
Ancestor, how do you want? What do you hear? How do you really want me? What is the message? If we chose to call on the energy of a Beethoven and say, "Yo, Beethoven, and commune with that energy and allow it to guide us through it. George Washington Carver, I got stories, but George Washington Carver said he sat and talked with the plants, and the plants talk back. And this is how he was able to create 300 ways to use the soybean. He all of the 300 ways to use the peanut, but there was a communion. And this is the opportunity, is having this ongoing communion with the thing, so it can reveal the quote unquote secrets. This is one.
And I get this from just recently from Dr. Cesar Cruz from Homies Empowerment. Homies Empowerment. He said the AI and ancestral intelligence. I said, watch yourself now. And that's it. That's what we have to move in. And like you just said, they don't want us to move in that, because that's the freedom. That's the freedom. That's the protection. That's protection. Come on.
That walking with that energy, that is the protection. That's what you hear it saying, don't go that way. Yes. I said, get up now.
Yes.
I said, don't talk to those people. Don't eat that.
Yes.
Write this, go here, buy that right now. Talk to these people. I need for you to be in this environment right now. And not to say, well, why I got to do it? Shut up.
Be obedient. Yes.
Don't.
Yes. So I'm pretty much hearing just the importance of valuing different forms of knowledge, right?
Yes.
And
how to apply and amplify.
It, right? So that it's culturally resonating to people who don't have access to the same knowledge.
That's right. And I love that culturally, because we want to be respectful of the culture. What I heard one man say in his
and how do we balance?
That was culturally. Some people don't go to church on Sunday. They go to church on Saturday, Friday. You want to be culturally respectful of that. Going into perhaps some, at one time in some Catholic churches, along with in Islamic mosque, the woman had to have her head covered. You could not walk into a church, especially a Catholic church, with your head uncovered. The priest would get in there.
You also touched on just like the importance of like embodying a lot of teachings, right?
Yes.
And, identities as well, right? We live in a world where we're kind of forced to only embody one thing at a time.
Monolithic.
That we can't monolithic, right? But we can have a collective identity, right? Like we can embody a whole intersectional range of things, right? And I think that's the beauty in being human, is that we're able to embody all of these things, but we're also able to create our own legacy.
Watch yourself.
So you mentioned internal fortitude, right?
Watch yourself now.
Right? Being able to stand on your own.
Watch yourself.
While also embodying all of these other identities. Right? Whether it's being from Oakland, whether it's embodying your sacred identity, right? Your family's teaching, that ancestral teaching, right? And then I just want to touch on, like, with you embodying all of those things, and in a sense, you're also a healer. Right? Community, right? And the revolutionary love that you get through performing and through playing your instrument. How do you keep yourself grounded? How do you make sure that your spiritual cup doesn't spill, that it's empty? What do you do to refill that cup when it depletes? Because sometimes we can lose our passion for the things that we love. And I just want to know from your point of view what that looks like.
I go back to that morning communion. That the personal, the one-on-one with the infinite, it has to be that. We can pour from that cup. We can pour, because I got a story behind it, but we can pour from that cup, until it's empty. And I promise
watch yourself now.
Folks will find someplace else to sup, to drink. I promise you that on everything that I love. And so it is imperative for us that we have to have an on. You showed me something with the phone that was sitting inside of its. Oh, my battery's almost gone. You showed me something about.
Put it on this one.
Okay,
because it's a battery.
It charges.
Yes, it charges too.
Very good.
Yeah, and you can put it right in front of you.
There's the opportunity. Excuse me, y'all. There's the opportunity where that folks can you burn yourself out because we think that we are the source and we are the resource.
Oh,
But the opportunity is to always be tapped in completely to the source, which means that there has to be an ongoing conversation. I refer to it as the Enoch. Enoch walked with God. Enoch in Islam is known as Idris. And Idris walked with God all the time. So when we take that opportunity to always be in constant communion, then the reservoir
comes
is always
Overflow.
tapped. And we also have to know that we have to care for self. I promise you, look, years ago, before I was a musician, I was a barber. I had a barber shop in Southern California, cutting and styling hair on primarily on hard heads during the 80s. It was an interesting time. So it was them urban apothecarians.
Say that again.
Urban apothecarians. And this was years before cannabis, as y'all call it now, was legal, at least in this state. And me and my mother worked together. As I shared, my mother was a beautician, cosmetologist, and my mother came into my barbershop I owned. And my mother had this client that used to come in and get her hair done. My mother was fabulous. My mother could make a weave look good. She had everybody walk around looking like
Come on now. It ain't nothing new under the sun. We thinking it's new.
Ain't no. So Marva had folks just looking fabulous working on these women. And one woman that she had worked on for many years had stopped coming in. And we didn't see her for about a year. And so, somebody else filled their shoes. So Marva finally gets a call. My mom's name is Marva. Marva gets a call. She says, "Hey, girl." She said, "Can I come and get girl?" She said, "Flo, how you been? I need to come and get my hair done." She said, "Well, girl, come on in. I got a spot for you." So Flo came in, get her hair done. She said, "Well, girl, where you been?" She said, "Well, girl, I started going to this other girl because she was kind of doing my hair really good, but she died. She died." And she said, "She died?" She said, "Yes." She said, "She worked all the time, but hardly ever said no. Had 2 little boys and was and got an ulcer.
Worked herself to death.
And the ulcer exploded while she was working."
Wow.
And she said, "But girl, I still need to have my hair cut. I have my hair done." Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was like, "Bye, baby, but I still need to have my hair done." And so this is it. I started to take those things to heart when I would hear that. Is that there's wisdom in the overextension of oneself.
Come on now.
There has to be, the discernment has to be turned up at such a level. So we said, "Lord, am I supposed to? God, is it ancestor? Am I supposed to show me how far I need to go with this individual to assist them?
Yeah.
How far am I supposed to? Because I don't want to take on any of their residue.
Oh, watch yourself now.
It wasn't my responsibility."
That's right. God said one plant, one water, and he does increase. So you got to know.
You got to know.
Pass it on.
But that's where the discernment comes in.
There we go.
It goes back to grandmother saying, "Put that baby on the phone so I can hear his voice."
That's right.
It's that. So that's why I share that whatever one's textbook is, and I have several at home, but I invite folks to have a relationship where if one opens the book, there is a verse or a scripture or a surah or an incantation that is right what one needs for that day. But I invite us not to miss that opportunity to have that relationship that is ongoing. This is what keeps me grounded. One, if that is the main thing that keeps me grounded, to keep, when his grandmother would say, keep you from smelling yourself.
Hey, so there we go. There we go.
Keep you from smelling yourself. You recognize that.
Bring it down, son. Bring it down,
and start to have the somebody clapping. But to begin to start to have these ongoing conversations so we can sit with yourself. Have an having a personal affirmation that speaks directly to you. What is one listening to that is also a guide for one's everyday life? As I shared, I have several folks that I enjoyed to listen to whose messages almost 50 years later are still applicable. There are several I enjoy to listen to. My mother used to take us to go see a man named Reverend Knight. Now y'all ain't know.
I remember him.
Reverend Knight. Reverend Knight. There was him, a man named Neville Goddard, Reverend Ike studied, a woman named Catherine Ponders, who studied, who my mother studied there, and then listening to, sometimes going back to, there's sometimes some old gospel song that hit.
My
that
God.
Walter Hawkins. We would
Woo!
talk about the Richard Smallwood. Sometimes even listening to who the world won't get much better if you just let it be. Harold Melvin and the Blue. Sometimes when the songs come
Marvin
through, Marvin Gaye,
Oh
look,
my Lord.
what's going on? Sometimes there are messages that will come through, especially as an artist, where the Spirit of God will speak to me directly through that song.
Yes, me too.
And so recognizing that these things can help us to get grounded. Sometimes the grounding comes from seeing someone else getting ready to step into some craziness, and that's there by the grace.
There we go. There go I.
I have been a witness to something. I'll share this, and I'll let you ask me more questions, but I'll share this. I say to folks that that the fame has been quote unquote slowly coming, but I am so grateful that as a mature person, that the grounding is here. And I invite you and all of my folks, get that grounding now. So God, the God of your understanding, can deliver these blessings and all of this wealth and these friendships and these alliances. And sometimes so you just gotta shut up and quit talking and just listen. Because sometimes we really don't know, and sometimes you got to not know so that you can know.
There we go. You got to not know so that you can know. Wait a minute, before we go there, good Lord, you have tapped into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst other. The Oz of the Conscience Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month, the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, the Artist Talk, Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. Every second Saturday of the month, we have the Medicine Hour. Every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine. Every fourth Saturday of the month, we have Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. Every fifth Saturday of the month, we have Voices That Care, that uplifts reentry and mental wellness. Today, you have tapped in to the Cafe Le Blue Lounge Artist Talk with the host, Brandon Rosenity, aka Rosenity, and Sistah B. Mellow, aka Barbara Howard, and the Harpist. What you say, yo?
Harpist from the hood.
Harpist from the hood, and it's Destiny Muhammad. I tell you, we are having a spiritual awakening, allowing the ancestors to be here to speak to us and to speak to our community. This is what it's about. We are here sharing our lived experiences. We're sharing what was brought to us by the Spirit to deliver. We're just the messengers. We're just, as we moving forth in this new year, 2026, we want you to tap into self in a brilliant way. You have the medicine that's missing in this world. Walk and use your medicine that was given to you by our forefathers and the Lord and our ancestors and all. We need for us moving in 2026. Be about the business. Be about your purpose. Don't worry about what other folks are saying, thinking, or doing. It's about you at this moment. Take care of you. Walk into what they have given you. And most importantly, don't forget, intergenerational wisdom is the key. Get with some young folks. Have some conversations. We have to do this, folks. Again, I'm going to pass it back over to Rosenity. And today's theme is Sounds of Healing.
Yes,
go ahead,
thank
take
you
it.
so much.
You're welcome.
This is such a rich and beautiful conversation.
Oh, yes.
Again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You being a musician, you interact with folks that come from different walks of life, right? Who may not speak the same language as you, right? But music has always been an expression, an outlet where it's universal, where you can engage in that platform to be able to communicate, right? So if you can you share what's that process like working with musicians that don't share it's the same culture, the same language as you, right? And what's the beauty that comes out of that experience?
It's beautiful.
We're me and those musicians are all learning at the same time. What we do know is that we have a commonality, which is the language of music.
Come on now.
That is the beautiful part. And so we share that. Whether we speak the same language culturally is different. We share. For me, it reminds me of when I had a barbershop, and my barbershop in San Pedro was right up the street from the Princess Cruise Lines. People were coming in from all over the world. So folks would come in to get their hair cut, and we would draw pictures. Or they'd bring a picture.
Yeah.
And I'd be looking at their head. I said, well, we're going to get close.
Yes.
And it became that. So I feel like even a portion of my barbershop life has been moved, if you will, into the music life, being able to
come on every part, every facet of everything you've been through, every part of your life. That's why I tell people good, bad, ugly, challenging, all of it.
Shapes.
Go ahead, sis.
All of those portions. So I allowed that to come through. I don't just use it. I steward it as a way to speak. So when somebody will start playing something, and it's something about what that is, we'll all come together and start to play that together. And it can evolve from that. Some of us might even write down portions of it and create a body of work from that. So the opportunity is for us. One, again, my expectation of other folks having a communion, I don't know what way folks are choosing to commune with the infinite. However, I know what I do. So by the time I get to the location, I'm trusting and knowing that I'm already in a state that allows at least my portion of the world to feel holy, to feel holistic, to feel harmonious, to feel peaceful.
And that's the harmony.
And that's the harmony. And to be able to bring that to the table. And I will share with you is that there have been times where I have been ushered out. And it's not just, it appears to be the people around me, but what I'm clear on is that I was ushered out by ancestors and said,
come on now.
You to be in here for
say that again.
And
just for a minute.
You ushered out by ancestors. They said, we only want you to see for a minute. Come on up out of there.
Yeah.
Come on up out of there. That's enough of that.
Oh, that's oh my God, that's tapping in.
But again, as you shared earlier, these are lived experiences, and these are the things that, for me, along with the music and the understanding that I have in this breath, is to be able to share this with my younger contemporaries, and as well as when I'm either it's called teaching, but it's probably more of a coaching with my older aligned ones who are the same age as me. Is some of us have the same lived experience. You've been on the planet a while, and you come from certain neighborhoods. There's some things that you've seen. There's some things that you've experienced. There's something you don't even speak on, and all you do is just a look. It's just a look. And so the opportunity is not just to teach, but to also to guide folks, and also to let folks know I've given you what I can. Let's get you to the next evolution. If you really, I promise you that I've had more folks fall off than stay. And part of it is that the instrument, and this is possibly with all instruments, but it really requires a deeper communion with oneself. And sometimes folks aren't ready to do that. And it's okay whenever you're ready, whether it's this lifetime or the next time. That it's all right. I'm taking you as far as you want to go with me. As they want to go. And then folks will look at the financial investment too. But what I can promise you is this: my God is generous.
My Lord.
And there has always, I play a very expensive instrument. I'm gonna tell you, but I promise you that at every step, especially during COVID, the provisions were made. The source always showed up in a way that I hadn't even explained. I couldn't even always would show up again. But this goes back to what you were asking. It's about staying grounded. So that what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do right now is we gonna clean this house while we got time. What we gonna do is we gonna stay prayed up right now. What we gonna do We don't know how, because folks thought it was only going to go on for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was only going to go for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
4.5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
4.5 years later. And here we are. Some
we
folks, that first 3 to 6 months,
Yeah.
folks was snatched off the planet. So it was like, woo!
Quick.
With a quickness. So the opportunity is the music is the vessel that allows me to express.
Yes.
This is the vessel that God wants me to
Come
express
on,
as.
Sistah.
And I'm unapologetically grateful for that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. And and my voice, that's mine. That's
Yes.
a part of mine.
Being able to
Is mine.
speak.
Being able to speak. And I will say this, the substance use disorder, the part that I was in would have took your voice. So the devil was trying to be busy. However, God says, no, you
Touch
need to
not
be
my
there.
anointing.
Hey, do my part. But right there, he needed me to also see how important that voice was going to be used. And not only that, the sacredness of it, and being able, and I don't take it for granted. I don't take it. And people, please don't take your gifts for granted. And even if it was taken for a minute, don't mean it was going to be taken forever. And that's the beauty of being able, George spoke this the other day. He says, we are about recovery resilience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So being able, don't let that, I don't let that portion or time in my life that's like, oh no, it was bad. No. It was a part of my journey, and it got me to where I am today.
Oh,
and
man.
now I can be in that power, So I tell you guys, please don't let nothing take anything from you. That what you think is being taken, it's just being tried and tested.
Gosh.
And then when you come out clean,
my gosh.
you use it.
That blessings that come back through.
Come on.
Them blessings that come through, they come through with
Woo.
a quickness. They come through so rich that the stand still and decree that the blessings are not just on the way, they are here.
Woo.
Our objective is to see what is invisible. And that it ain't for cowards.
It ain't for can I get some?
It ain't for cowards.
It ain't for cowards.
Sometimes you gotta see and see with your mouth closed.
Come on now.
And that's it can be. I promise you,
it can be challenging,
and honey. It can.
You're right. It can take your butt out, but you better believe.
When COVID came, we had a friend. He had 58 performances canceled in 24 hours.
Woo.
58. But this brother,
my God,
right? We had all of our performances just like every other musician snatched away from us. And one client said I had to give them all of their money back. I was supposed to do a wedding, and I hadn't touched that money. So, I said, technically, according to the contract that you signed, that at least the deposit is mine. She said, but you have right here the clause that has to deal with epidemic. You need to give me my money back.
My God, an epidemic is what it was going on. Oh my Lord.
Right.
Wow.
And so I was sitting there.
I know you.
I said, Lord, I'm trying not to be hella ghetto, but I need for you to tell me what to do. Lord said, give that baby all her money back. I said, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. He said, but this is how you're going to give her money back. Because the individual said, send me back through the platform that you sent me. I said, no. I said, we're going to go and get you one of them big money orders.
There we go.
Big money order from Wells Fargo. When it got the big money order, honey, and wrote out a contract. We are free and clear.
There we go.
You don't owe me anything. We're clear that the reciprocity is complete.
Yes.
We drove out to that individual's house and handed it to him. I said, and you sign right here.
That's right. And the date.
Honey, date,
signature and the date.
Everything. I did all that. And I was still kind of hot.
Yeah.
But I said, Lord, you said you're going to make a way.
Oh,
so I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you.
Yeah.
I promise you. I got an email. Adam, if you're here, I got an email from the Grammys. They have a organization called Music Cares. Music Cares helps musicians who are struggling. I got an
Look at
email.
that.
They said, "Look, we're so sorry we're late. We just want
No,
to
y'all right on time.
They said we just want to see if we could send you some money.
Yeah.
Just let us out, honey." And baby, it was almost the same amount of the money that I had to give
Come
back.
on.
Don't tell me.
Come.
But this is walking by
Faith.
walking by faith
Yes.
all the time. The faith is invisible. So
Come
we can't these I'm
on.
grateful for being able to see, but I'm
Oh,
grateful
my
for what I can't
God.
see that I know
Yes.
is on the way. But it ain't for cowards.
It's not for cowards.
It's not for cowards. Now what you trying to ask me?
We good on time, Nancy?
Yeah, we good on time. Look, you know what? We started a little late. It's
I know
it's
my
our
phone-
hour now,
my-
but we got 10 minutes.
My phone and
Come
got
on.
hot.
Okay.
Did
Yes.
it?
It turned off for a minute. It's back on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you so much for even like
Oh,
just right
my
now,
Lord.
just touching on embodying faith, right?
Mm. We both-
We're land-based people, right? Like
Yo.
indigenous relatives, stewards of the
Yeah.
land.
Yes. Come
They
on
knew
with
how to
that.
work
Yeah.
the land.
Yes.
They knew how to do controlled fires, right?
Yeah.
Yo.
They wrote songs and they wrote music
Come on.
Yes.
in relation to the experiences of their
Ooh.
culture, right?
Yes.
Of the world around them, right?
Yes.
And I had the opportunity to go through your Instagram and hear you play your harp, right?
Mm.
And I can tell that it's a reflection of the universe, the creator, the stars,
Yes.
and just all of these divine things that you embody, and it shows up in how you play your instrument,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
And Auntie B and I always talk about like practicing what you preach,
Huh.
right?
Mm.
So can you touch on just the importance of practicing what you preach, having discipline for the upcoming artists or aspiring musicians that want to be in the position that you're in?
Woo!
You know what I have heard from I want to say who this individual
Yes,
was.
please always give kudos.
I want to give kudos, but and
Please.
the name has escaped me.
Mm.
But what this individual shared is that turn the discipline into devotion.
Oh,
I know. Isn't that good? There is a devotion
that's
where
huge.
isn't that huge?
Oh
Where
my
the
God.
discipline is really devotion.
Mm.
And the opportunity is this is why I encourage folks to come out to these farmers markets and play. Would you play anyway?
Mm. Even if it's one person there, would you teach?
Look, right?
What would you teach if it's one person there? Because you walking in purpose. You doing what you're supposed to do. And God says, sometimes I'll bring only one person in front of you just to see, are you going to do it?
Are you
Now,
gonna do it?
were you doing it for to be recognized?
Yes.
Or were you really doing it for your purpose and what I asked you to do?
Exactly. And
Come on now.
and it's that. Would you do it anyway?
Anyhow.
If you get the instruction, you say you book a show.
Mm-hmm.
You book for a show, and the seating capacity of the location maybe 300 to 500.
Okay.
But 10 people show up.
Come on.
Do they get the same show?
Yes. Yes.
And it has to be
Yes.
yes. It cannot be any otherwise.
That's right, sister.
The 10 people,
My God.
the 10 angels,
Come on.
the 10 ancestors that showed up.
Woo.
There has to be a devotion to the craft where I'm still here standing on legacy. These folks that came, they deserve, and not to even put them down.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Whether you're playing at the farmer's market,
And wherever.
I played at the farmer's market. I played at convalescent homes.
Come on now.
Senior citizen homes, sometimes places that the seniors deserve better.
Yes.
They deserve better. I was only supposed to be there for 45 minutes. Let's give them what we can. Give them the very best we have in that moment. And let's not shuck and jive about it.
That's
Give
right.
this is the thing, is the devotion only so you can, I said,
on now.
This youngster said, asked me, how long did it take you to get famous? And he was looking, he was, I said 30 years.
Yes.
I'm an overnight sensation.
Right.
This is
That's
the thing.
right.
Are we willing to share the gift? We live in an environment that money is a requirement. I'm not mad with that.
That's right.
And there is this exchange. We live in places where we have to pay for things, but also, and in that same breath,
That's right.
are we willing to talk to the spirit of the God of understanding? I keep going back to that and allowing us to guide us. I remember one time, look, baby, all of my performances before COVID,
Yes.
all of my performances had flatlined. I'm being transparent.
Hey, be transparent. And this is what this show is about. We
Flat-
believing on him.
Honey, but
We
now
being transparent.
all of my performances had flatlined. My husband and I didn't know what we
to
were
do.
really
That's
going
right.
to do, child. And there used to be a parking lot directly across the street from us, and we had a truck that we were still paying on.
Come on. Let's keep this real up in here.
And I tell you, I saw a
My.
what do you call them trucks? A repo man.
Yeah.
He had been circling the neighborhood
Yes.
for a couple of days.
Yes.
I had laid down to go to sleep because I was just worn out from just wearing myself out from
Right.
being crazy about what we're gonna do.
Right.
And God said, "Get up!" Then with all kind of bass. I looked out the window. Here was a repo truck coming to take our truck. I ran downstairs.
My.
And I said, "Look, we have some things in there. Just let us get our things out."
Yeah.
He said, because he was getting ready to put it up. I said, we just let us get our things out. He said, "You're not mad?" I said, "No. Praise the Lord. We had it for as long as we could. We just know that God is going to make a way."
Yes.
He said, "You're not mad?" I said, "I just don't have time to be mad. If you let us get our things, we're going to be all right. We're just going to have to trust."
Yes.
He let the car down. We had a few things in there. We got them
My.
out. And a few of our neighbors are coming in and said, "You leave our car alone." I said, No.
Right.
This brother got a job. This is what he does.
That's right.
And we were unable to complete our assignment with that vehicle. So he hugged us.
Yes.
And he said he had just gotten back on his feet too.
My.
And this was the job that he can. I said, "Well, God
But look
bless you."
how God allowed him to come to you all, and the way you was able to share with him that embodied that gonna go with that man
Girl,
for
she
the
make
rest
me
of
run
his
around this
doggone.
house.
Okay.
Hot, baby. So this is what had happened. So the next morning,
Jesus,
I got 3 phone calls
look at that.
to do performances. No car, but 3 phone calls. So we got a chance to talk to some friends. They said, "Girl, come and get our truck. Ain't nobody gonna be using this truck for weeks."
My.
Another woman down the street who was living down here since moved to Atlanta.
The village came in.
The village
came in. The village
showed
showed up. Come on now.
We had about 3 or 4 cars that we was able to do our performances in. The folks couldn't wait to give us money to share our gift and to share it with little children. Sometimes we only had to set up and play for about 15 minutes, and folks were giving us the same amount that we would have done for 2 hours. And so it's a faith walk. Like
come on now, girl.
It make you have the balls to put on your big girl drawers.
And that's it right there. You just said it right there.
Yes.
We are soldiers out here. We supposed to be warriors. And God told me, let me tell you, I'm gonna take my glasses off.
Yeah, gotta take them off.
Yeah, take my glasses. Now I'm gonna let you talk after this. He said now, and I looked at it. He said now, over there, out there, you was doing with no issues, no problems, you was on it. Don't punk out when you come over here. Don't punk out on this side. He said the same way you showed up over there, I need you to show up on this side, on the right side.
Come on.
The same way you was pouring and about it over there, you better be about it over on this side. And that's what I want people to understand is that when you believe, it is that balance. It's the same identical thing, but you just doing it in a different walk.
Yes. However you choose to believe.
Come on.
But activate the belief. This is why I send folks. My mother would ask. My mother was working on a woman's hair. She burst out crying. She said, "Well, baby, do you have a church that you go to?"
Right.
And I know folks say, "Why are you sending them to church?" Because you're giving them, send them into a place where they can at least get some divine inspiration. Maybe they don't have a relationship, and this may be an introduction.
An introduction.
Once they get the introduction,
come on now.
However else, it's not a safety net. It's an opportunity to have an ongoing relationship, moving beyond the safety net.
Yes.
And this is the thing that allows us to do the work. This is the thing that allows me to say, I'm 63. I just
come on, 63 I'm 61. Come on,
is that you're not too old and quit telling folks your dreams. I see you both. You got your books out here. Look, I just went to a Dollar Tree, one of my favorite stores.
Yeah, mine too. I'll go get you. Look here, everything you need.
Yes. Get in there and take 100 things and write all 100 things down. Write them down and don't show anybody. And thank God of your understanding in advance for the way that he, she, it is going to deliver them gifts to you. And trust that. Find you a scripture that becomes your affirmation.
Come on now.
You said, "She who believes, we who believe it shall never shall never die. So what is it?
Right.
It's at Deuteronomy 28 and
Come
8.
on now, let's go.
I call the blessings of the Lord upon me in my storehouses and in all that I setteth
Ooh.
my hand unto. I am blessed in
Yes.
the lands in which I
Yes.
stand. Find you a surah.
Yes.
Find yourself an Upanishad.
Yes.
Find a textbook that has a verb or message that you can activate at any given time. I was studying there for a while, the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. That become a big book there for a while. But he had an affirmation where he says, great work seek me out.
My.
Great work seek me out.
Great work seek
And
me
I
out.
accomplish
And
great
I
works
accomplish work
with
great
excellence,
works.
beauty,
With
and
excellence,
success.
beauty, and success.
And saying that to ourselves, so that is the
yes.
that becomes that inner affirmation. So you have something that you said, the Lord my God blesses me, and all that. Say, he who believeth, I'll never die.
Yes.
You have a sword. You have some type of inspiration that is ongoing. You can go to it.
And mine's to say that is Proverbs 3 and 5 too. And it says, lean not to your own understanding, but all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. I tell you, you better, and that's why it says put it on the tablets of your heart. And you're saying put the messages, put the affirmations on the tablet of your heart, because it's gonna, when you need it, that Rolodex in your mind.
And you want to move beyond the need.
Come on now.
We want to move beyond.
And say it all the time.
And say it all the time.
That's right.
And
before you need it.
Yes. Don't.
Before you need it.
Don't be. See, most of us are addicted to struggle.
Oh, say that again.
We addicted to
say
struggle.
That again.
It's
and
something
we ain't gotta be about
child.
struggle.
That adrenaline rush is long.
Stop it. Yeah. And you got to talk to yourself. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself, okay, we on the last one. Okay, go ahead. We gonna let you do the
right. Come on.
And then we'll close out. My God.
Oh
my goodness.
Wow, that was
that's them up in here.
Yeah, y'all. That's a lot of power right there.
For real.
Okay, so you know you've had the experience of being in inner city communities, right? Like
Yes,
Compton, right?
yes,
Like Oakland,
yes.
and you know that there are young people out there who want to be musicians in their own right, but they navigate other struggles, right? Whether it's gun violence, whether it's substance abuse in their community, right? We have a lot of hidden stars in our community, right?
Say that again. Hidden stars,
right? That don't get the support from adults to be able to tap into that artistry, that musician, that inner superstar, right? What words of encouragement can you give to those that are walking that fine line between?
Never give up. Look, I don't know how you get your money. You ain't got to tell me. What I'm going to invite you to do, I'm sending you back to the Dollar Tree. I know, just do the Dollar Tree in every neighborhood.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Matter of fact, Cash App, you can buy some Dollar Tree stock. I'm not trying to
tell you now. Hey.
But I'm just telling you, go to Dollar Tree and get a book. Get your pen. Write out the vision of how you see yourself. And don't show it to anybody. I promise you, this becomes your covenant with God. Father, these are the things that I want to do. This is how I see myself. This is how, your scripture. I don't know the number. Write the vision.
Yeah. And write it down. That's my sister Jackie. I don't know that one. That's she of Jeremiah.
Write the vision and make it plain. Write that vision. Have a vision of yourself. Everybody's not going to understand it. And can I tell you, that wasn't the memo.
Come on now.
That wasn't the memo that you got. That memo. And seek out. See, it used to be a time where before the internet, the folks had to just ask God to send them folks to be around them, where we're all speaking the same language.
Yeah.
And now there's an internet where we can create group chats.
Yeah.
And Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of these, we can create that. But start to write the vision and stop telling. Let the words of your mouth
and the meditations of my heart
be acceptable
in thy sight.
Oh Lord, take that. Let it be the meditations that are your personal meditations. So when they manifest, like I shared with you, my mother said, when did you learn to do that? My mother, she didn't remember. Folks said, somebody asked me, I got a blessing during COVID. I became one of the California Art Council fellow legacy fellows during that time.
Oh, praise God.
Right? That's
okay.
Out of 9,000 people, it was me
my.
and 16 folks, and at least 4 of us come from right here.
Wow.
In the Bay Area.
That's a beautiful blessing.
It was a beautiful blessing.
Oh my
And
God.
they give you a nice little delicious meal. Hallelujah.
Yes, hallelujah.
And
praise the Lord.
And so I know. So somebody asked me, and there was a little bit of something underneath the way they asked me. It was, how you did
that? See, and you got to move from them folks.
Right.
How you get that? What about thank the Lord you got that?
That's wonderful.
It don't matter.
That's wonderful that you got that.
Yes.
Wow. And to say you deserve it, but you got that.
Yeah, looking at you like you're crazy.
Looking at you like crazy. But I already had the gift by this time.
Come on.
But I didn't tell anybody that I was applying for that gift. Someone else.
Oh, that's good.
You feel me? I didn't tell nobody I was applying. This is the thing is that there are times where we really have to monitor our mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to Destiny Muhammad too, where we monitor our mouth and we're mindful. We feel the environment. Yeah. And we ask God, how long am I supposed to be here? And 2, how am I supposed to conduct myself while I'm here? What things do I need to be saying? So going back to these youngsters, look, growing up, I promise you, I grew up in Compton before the crack pandemic in the 70s. You had them brothers and sisters coming back, and they was on that horse.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh,
and then after the horse,
thank God.
Yeah, right. It was
I got the other part, but I didn't get that
right
one.
Child.
Thank you.
I'm calling it horse. It was another name for it.
Heron, white heron.
Right.
I know you
they
talking
called
about
the
white horse.
Honey,
that's
child.
And they should listen to James Brown's song about the white horse. It will blow your mind.
That and then moving into the later 70s came Dust.
Yeah. I did those two.
God bless you,
that one and the other one that came after it.
Child.
Those
and then
the
after that came Crack.
Those
and
two.
So I was sharing that is that I grew up in the projects. When my parents divorced, we went from a house that wasn't as big as this.
Come on now.
To the projects, bigger, but still an environment that is under-resourced. And kid geniuses.
Come on now.
In those environments.
That's where they come from.
And so I know from whence I came. I don't often
and never forget it.
Never forget that. I don't often tell this part, but I had actually been in foster care briefly when we got back. My parents.
This is what it's about.
It was in foster care, and so I understand that journey of foster care. Some foster parents are wonderful, and some foster parents, ooh,
Lord,
God bless you.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
To that. But what I know is that is that the journey really wasn't for us. Even you feel me on that? The journey really wasn't for us. It's for those who are going to come after us.
That's
so we can
right.
help them to navigate
the
experience and make them boss up. But they gotta have a relationship with the infinite and only a way that they can. That's why folks send them to churches. They send them to mosques. They send them to synagogues. At least they'll get an introduction to a textbook that they can use. But I invite them, and I still invite them. However, you take whatever little money you have. This book right here at the Dollar Tree, $1.25. $1.25. Get a book. Your investment is going to be about $2.
There we go, right there.
75 cents. We got to put it's an investment. I'm not spending my money. I'm investing in things that are going to keep me to keep leveling up my identity.
Yes.
And so this is what I would invite them. One, watch that. Start observing one's environment and see who's doing what that's in harmony with what you want to do. And then when your teacher brings in guest speakers, are you
come on now?
Look, I remember one time I played at a school. I almost called the name of the school in East Oakland. And I had been invited. I can see it. Susan Louie invited me to come to play for a student. So they were fifth graders getting ready to go to middle school. And so one little girl said, "Look, we're getting ready to graduate. You need to come for our graduation."
Oh,
I said, you know what? You a boss. Bet. I'll put
be
it on
there.
I will be
I'll
there.
be there.
I will be there. This is what I'm saying is that
Mm.
when a guest comes to your
Yes.
school, beeline to them. Hi, my name is. I
That's
really enjoyed you. Can I follow you on? Can you find out? Do you
That's
have
right.
a website where
Yeah.
I can find out about that? I mean, that little girl boss up. You need to come and play in my. I'm graduating. And I was there, and can I share with you?
Yes.
I was actually so proud because
Yeah.
these were generations.
Yes. Yes.
Generations. I don't have any physical children, but what I
Yes.
have all these children.
Yeah, you do. Yes.
Right, you already know.
I know.
Right?
Oh.
And so I played for them, and the tears came out. I said, because they're gonna make it. They were bossy enough
Yeah.
to say, come and play for us. Come and play for the next evolution
Yes.
of us.
Come on now.
Come celebrate us.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying. You gotta I know some of them you angry. You maybe the food ain't always right. You don't
Yeah.
always have what you want to wear. Your hair look kind
Yeah.
of crazy. All of that. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But when you get these guests,
Mm-hmm.
come up to them and say, I want to be like you. Tell me what I need to do. I'm pointing you
I
right
tell
over
the
there.
students that all the
You see,
time.
this is what
All the
I would
time.
say.
Connections.
Connection. If you see a website, because look, every child I know, regardless of what their economic status is, has figured out how to get one of these.
Oh my Lord. Yes.
Has figured out how to get one of these. You could surf all day. Look, I got TikTok. I could be on TikTok all day. Find all the great things that you could be doing. Find the websites. Get on their mailing
and create
list.
your own
And
on
create
there
your
too.
look. There's an organization here in town called Hidden Genius.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
Hidden Genius.
Mm.
You get these youngsters and get them in there and show them how to navigate and create their own websites and create revenue streams for themselves. And not too far from here also is Bridge Good. Bridge Good is right on the other side. Sean
Kingmakers too.
Kingmakers. Catch up with these
Yes.
folks and have them help us to help ourselves.
Yes.
Look
That's
at it,
it.
Destiny Muhammad. I do my own website, but if it's
Yeah.
some of y'all think
Okay.
that you can make my website better,
And that's why I tell people all the time, help me. Just what your medicine, your fit in, what you expertise in, come and say, hey.
absolutely.
That's how we're supposed to do. That's the village.
This is the village. We can help one another. I can help you to help yourself. You got to be committed to yourself.
That's right.
Got to be committed to yourself. Come on, because you know we
okay, and that's the we close it out on this.
I know,
we
right?
done went to a whole 30 minutes, but Adam, you know, we praise the Lord. Thank you, Adam.
And the journey doesn't end here, right?
And it doesn't, because we will be having this this is just the new in the new year.
Yes.
And we gonna have many more. We'll have you back on. We have a whole lot we'll be doing. A whole lot.
Yeah. So again, so honored and blessed to even have you here to share your gift with, you know, whoever's listening, right? And we know that folks are going to take away and change their life with it, right? Change their community, right? And again, like just being able to have someone like you in our community to be able to give knowledge, right, in a culturally resonant way, because knowledge is so divided nowadays, right?
Say that.
So
oh boy, that's a whole nother conversation.
Speak power to yourself, to us, to our community. Is something we should always be able to access, right?
And share one more thing with you.
Yes.
One more thing is that when I was coming up as a shorty, we had prayer warriors. And we would come together and we would pray over one another. We would, and even now, before I hit the stage with any of my people, if it's a show that I'm curating, we gonna pray for we get that stage. Pray. And so
any event I do before we gonna
pray. And so, and I invite folks to these youngsters. If you got some friends, it don't have to be no big, but just you know, Lord, thank you for helping us to get through this day. Thank you for blessing my mother. Thank you for the food that we have to. I come from a black house, so we couldn't. My mother would look at you. I know you didn't put that food in your mouth
before we set up.
Child, I know you ain't that hungry.
Man, that's right.
But this is the thing: is this collective prayer one, and you don't have to be at a church.
Yeah,
where you are is holy ground, and start praying over one another. You got a friend that's having a hard time, so you know I'm praising God. This whatever it is, it's gonna get better. You know, praying God over you in your house. So look, there are some ways that are old that are still new. We have to start collectively. You got a problem that I just need for you to. I know you don't need to know what my problem is, but I just need for you to thank
That's
God
right.
in advance.
And most of the time, it's good that you don't know the problem, because then you gonna go. No, I don't need to know. No, I just need to pray for you. You pray for me, and we go.
Look, there was a man, and I'm probably gonna let you continue. I was
see, this is we gotta do a 2-hour
one. We gotta
one.
do a 2-hour one. I was walking to the post office on the other side of over by City Center, and there's a brother in a wheelchair who appeared to be houseless, and he asked, and I said I thought he was gonna ask me for money. Come on in here. I thought he was gonna ask me for money. He said, I don't want no money. I need somebody to pray for me.
Yeah.
I said, oh,
see, okay. You don't know.
So I grabbed his hands. And I said, well, Lord, we blessing this brother right here, now. And I prayed over him. And I said, look, I have some sisters. We get together and we pray over each other every day.
What's your name?
And so that's exactly what I said. What's your name? He said, my name is, he told me. I said, well, can I? He said, well, will you take my picture and put me on the prayer list? I was like, shoot, I put him in the group chat. I said, he asked for prayer.
Come on.
Shoot, them sisters was like, yes. And all the chat was like that. And so this is, let us not remove ourselves from the power of prayer and praise.
Yes.
And praise. Well, we thank God for what we have right now. And he said, we already know you're getting ready to give us something, but we're going to thank you for this right here. And we're ready for something new. That's why we're going to take care of these tennis shoes. That ain't a hole. They sandals now.
That's right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Oh
so
my
much.
God.
To close this out, can you let the people know how to get in contact with you? Social media.
Oh, yes.
Your website.
Okay, my website is destinymuhammad.net. Destiny, DESTINY, Muhammad, MUHAMMAD.net. Destiny Muhammad Music on Instagram. I want to say Instagram, TikTok.
Look.
Blue Sky. Spill, if you're on Spill, that's a whole nother app.
I never heard of that one.
Oh, Spill is called Spill the Tea. It's a bunch of folks that came off of Twitter.
Wait a minute.
And they got an app called Spill. I'm on Facebook, Destiny Muhammad, and also Harpist from the Hood. And I've got 2 pages on IG. It's Destiny Muhammad Music, and then on IG, Harpist from the Hood, where I have t-shirts, and my t-shirts and hoodies are called Hood. And Hood is an acronym that stands for Honoring Our Own Divinity.
Woo!
Yeah.
Watch yourself now.
Child, I got that during COVID. God said, this is what it is. He said, we're going to snatch back that negative terminology. Yes. This is an acronym to make folks bless themselves. So you can be a blessing to others.
My God.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh my God. I thank you all for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a inspirational and gospel music station, amongst much, much more. We want to thank you for the brand new year, 2026, and moving forward. God has a blessing for all of us. We just want you to believe. And on that note, I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank Barbara Howard Consulting. I want to thank VH Brilliant Minds Project, Inc. And I want to thank Education is the Best Medicine, and you, our community. We want to thank you all for being with us. And when you said the acronyms to that, it filled my heart, because the acronym to my nonprofit is called VH Brilliant Minds Project, Inc. And it means Begin Healing Brilliant Minds.
Come on now.
And that's what we are talking. We are talking about walking in purpose, being above purpose, and seeing the king and queen in you. And please see it in us too.
Yeah.
We love y'all. Good night. Have a safe
Thank you to my beautiful, wonderful husband, Chris Muhammad. Love you. Thank you so much. The boss.
Yes, love the boss. Take it out, nephew.
Yes, thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in, and have a blessed evening.
Yeah,
thank you.
All right, we gonna end this show, and then we play the end of the